There's a fiery bird in the land, no matter where he is from the city streets to the mountain tops, to down where the rivers run. Said I'm just an old hillbilly, singing a simple song.
Go,
Where's my brother? Let me hear your battle call.
There's just so much to go into to being a good marksman, of being a good shotgunner. It takes a lot of practice, and I think that we owe it to ourselves to do that. You know, the choke tubes and the shooting system, and putting it on paper and patterning it and knowing exactly what your gun's doing with different shot sizes, black cloud 3-inch number 2s or 3s or 4s or BB. We try to make sure that we're on every single time because we don't want to cripple a duck. We take the responsibility of being a hunter and shooting an animal with a gun. We want to kill it ethically and fast, no cripples, no suffering. So I started thinking about what I feel were my toughest shots, or maybe some of the most common toughest shots. And the first one I was thinking is, I'm a left-handed hitter in baseball. So when I'm swinging like that, I feel pretty natural. But when I turn around not being a switch hitter, I feel okay because I golf like that a little bit in my life. I don't golf much, but my torso doesn't move the same way. It's not as natural with the flow like that. And it's the same with shooting. When I got my gun up and I'm getting out in front of that bird and I'm moving this way, I keep my gun swinging, it feels more natural to me. But when I get my feet set and I got to go this way, I kind of feel like I'm getting bound up, and it doesn't feel like there's as much flow or as much flexibility there. So I think that's one of my toughest shots, if it's the opposite of what your natural is. As a lefty, you're natural left to right like that, right? That's why when you're a lefty, you sit on the right side of the blind and you take those shots so you're not coming across the other shooters like that, right? If you're in a pit blind, you're always on the far right. For one of the panel blinds, you're always going to situate yourself on the far right of it, so when the birds are coming in, you start on the right and move to the right. You're not starting on the left and shooting out across the blind if you're situated over on the left side of it. So think about that. What does it take? Standing up, getting on that bird, moving out in front of it, and getting a good flow with your body. So practice that this off season. This right here to me, get them guys, coming up and moving this way feels so good. Getting out in front of him, swinging my gun. This, I need practice with, and it showed in the sporting clay tournament last week. I'm not doing very well right to left. Standing up, getting on the bird, moving out in front of him, and keeping that muzzle moving all the way through that shooting zone. So that's the first toughest shot, in my opinion, is the opposite of what your hand is. If you're a right-hander, you're probably gonna have trouble shooting left to right, which that's a lot easier for a lefty like me. Let's move on to the second toughest shot, in my opinion. This one seems like it would be easy, but I found myself missing it quite a bit. Ducks are coming in, and one just starts floating over. The other ones leave, and one's come in. It's a big Canada goose, and he's presenting that entire stomach, belly, breast, perfect shot from his neck all the way down to his breastplate. All those vitals, that black cloud is gonna penetrate it, move through it easily, right? It's the easiest shot in the world. Here he comes, get him. And we stop right there. Because again, we automatically think that it's such an easy shot that that bird's not moving at a pretty good amount of speed, so we stop our muzzle from moving. And we'll either shoot him in the butt, the tail feathers, or miss him completely. So you come up, and you gotta still get through that shooting zone, move out in front of him, and keep that muzzle moving, spreading out that pattern. That shot string is gonna start on that bird's head or neck, and it's gonna move out in front of him. By keeping that muzzle moving, he's gonna fly in to your shot string, giving you that many more chances of that many more BBs going into his body, killing him dead, ethically, no cripples, remember. So here he comes, get ready, kick him. You don't stop right there. You might get lucky and hit some of them if you're a real good shot, but if you're just learning or you haven't done it very often and had that shot present itself, here, keep it moving. Squeeze, keep it moving. With the gun, you'll hear my click. And you just keep that muzzle moving. Again, if you listen to that, you're gonna hear what I do when I squeeze the trigger. Get him. And I keep that shot string moving through that shooting zone. Again, that's gonna look like an easy shot, that big breastplate right up above you, 35 yards or closer. Don't stop your gun. Don't hit him in the butt or the tail feathers or miss him completely. Keep it moving and keep your body moving in that natural position, just like that. That's the second toughest shot, in my opinion. The third, I think, is the toughest for all of us. No matter how many times you've been in the duck blind, no matter how many mallards you've seen coming in, backpedaling, flapping their wings over the mojo, over the decoys, it gets tough to transition. Do we practice it enough? Do you practice enough true pairs on the course in the off season? Do you practice enough to where you feel comfortable pointing at that first bird? I always tell people, shoot at him until he's dead. Pick that greenhead out and kill him until he hits the ground. Then move on to your second bird. Here they come, guys. Kill him. Get him. Boom. And now I find my next one and I transition to it. Well, what we do when we start transitioning to birds is we forget about our shotgunning fundamentals because we're so excited with the adrenaline rush of live mallard ducks backflapping, the power, the prowess of that, or the big Canada geese, all of those whistling wings, backpedaling over your decoys. So when we come up, we kill that first bird, we get him good. When we transition, we're so excited, we stop. We stop our muzzle, we stop our shot string, stop our patterning completely. So make sure, ethically, if they're already gone and they're 55 yards and leaving, don't shoot at them. Get to be a caller again. Get on your call and call in the next flock and get that beautiful, that beautiful picture of mallards or Canadas or whatever bird you're chasing back flapping your decoy. You don't need to kill them when they're going 60 yards away. So make sure that you're ethical about that and pick your transitioning shots. Here they come. Boom, they're right. That's what being a good caller and letting them back flap and be patient is going to give you easier transition shots because they're going to have a lot harder time getting out of there if they're already like 20 yards back flap and they got to get all that energy and all that momentum and all their wings beating fast to get out of there again. So you pick that first one, hovering over the decoy, boom. See another greenhead getting out of there, boom. And sometimes when you get them that tight, you can transition to a third shot. I know the more we do it, the easier it gets. It's like riding a bike, but shotgunning, you have to consistently practice and get to know your gun. You might have a new gun this year. You might be trying a new T2 choke tube instead of the T3 by Rob Roberts. I don't know what the case is. Make sure you pattern your gun. Make sure you practice this off season. Those are the 3 toughest shots in my opinion. Good luck this coming season. 2022, 2023 is going to be a memorable waterfowl season. I can't wait. Federal Premium has their Black Cloud. All of their ammo is the best on the market. I'm Chad Belding with the Fowl Life Television and Banded Brands. Thank you all very much.